Okay, I'm doing this review on this channel called Tamil Talkies. You know, a person makes a movie thinking that he is going to make some money, and he makes tremendous investments. But this guy, he has this habit of bad mouthing everybody. Now, I feel the need. I feel the need that someone has to step in and give a reaction video for the content that this gentleman is making, and that's the reason I'm bringing this content out. Now, first and foremost thing, he starts off his video saying that if you wish to make money, play online games. Wait, whenever you are pitching a product, you need to also tell the people the consequences of using the product. Now, whenever you play video games, your physiology and your psychology gets deeply affected. You have to know that. I'm not saying medical reports, medical research. You have to go read your research, because you lose your inability to use this thumb finger, and because of that, several repercussions happens in your body from the physiology level, at the physiology level, and also your brain. Imagine you keep watching the video game, 6 hours continuously or 5 hours continuously. Your brain goes dead. You can't think anything other than the video games. So he says you play video game. Next thing is that how much are you going to make if you play 1 hour? If you play 1 hour of video game, is there any guarantee that you're going to be making at least $100 for 1 hour? Because you're losing your body, you're losing your mind. You follow what I'm saying? So the compensation should be likewise. Excuse me. So now, having said that, focus on your life. He says, if you have gray hair, you can use this product. Again, you have to state at least what components or what chemicals goes into the product. You simply cannot say, wow, I got a product, you can use this for dyeing your hair. There is a research, in fact there are several research which says that use of hair dye is cancerous. Okay, I'm not saying any. The research, there's a validated researches are there that says that. So unless or until you are sure that your dye which you are using is free from toxins, okay, is free from chemical toxins. So if it is free from chemical toxins, then of course, if you wish to color your hair, you can go. But the most important fact is you need to be aware what goes into the hair dye, right? Okay, this is the reaction that I wish to place here when I saw these two products pitched. Okay, coming back to the content, he starts off about this movie called as ADITHYA VARMA, and then from the beginning he says, oh, this is a remake movie from the Telugu language. We had greater expectations that the movie in Tamil would be skyrocketing, but apparently it did not do that. Well, number one, it is your expectations. Your expectations need not be inflicted on everybody else. That is the way you think. Number two, others haven't seen it. You have seen it, you're passing a judgment. So instead of saying Yengalukku, you should have used Yanakku. It's not we, it should have been I. Okay, so the next point, continuing. Now, he says, the liberty that Telugu cinema or the Telugu people have got, the Keralites have got, the Hindi people have got, that liberty Tamil people do not have. Because in Tamil Nadu, even if you have a slightest friction with reference to caste or creed or sect, there will be enormous misunderstanding and unwanted repercussions. Well, and so that is the reason the movie, instead of directly being translated from its Telugu equivalent to its Tamil equivalent, bears its name ADITHYA VARMA, and because of that, he was very upset. It doesn't pertain to any single caste. Now, what is wrong in that? The directors and the producers and the team are aware of the sensitivity that these things can play in Tamil Nadu, right? So, to avoid these sentiments, to cover everybody, they are out of their greatness or out of their gracious intellectual abilities. They don't want that to be an issue. So they have changed the name. So that's a good point, right? So, but you're not talking about the good point. You're abruptly coming up and you're bad mouthing them. Oh, we don't have that liberty, and we should have been like that. Immediately, every Tom, Dick, and Harry comes up the moment you have a caste indicator in the movie. So that is an issue. That is the existing scenario. That is the ground zero scenario. We can't do anything about it. So the movie producers, and the movie directors and the actors, they don't want to get into any issues. So they have done the noblest thing by having a common name. That should be your focus. So instead of bad mouthing them and you're pulling the movie down. And next thing is that he goes on saying the actor always smokes and drinks, and then the warning sign is there. It would have been much better the warning sign is flanked always on the screen. Well, the concept of drinking and smoking is an individual choices, right? So the character in the movie is portraying that particular element which the movie features, or around which the movie goes on. Because drinking and smoking is the individual choice, as I told you. So if you drink and smoke, you have an issue with that. You have health reasons or health causes because of that. The warning is there to give you an advice. If you are doing this, you have this effect. The cause and the effect are placed there. So you should be happy about that, rather than saying that, oh, that particular warning should be there always on the screen, and the hero does nothing other than smoking and drinking. That means you have not watched the movie. Okay, another point. Next point. He belittles the hero. I think he's a new guy. He says that many people are thinking this is the first movie, and then people are really appreciating that he did well in the first movie. And then he comes up, this guy, the presenter, the critic, he comes up and he says, oh no, this is not the first movie, because he has worked under this director. And so working one movie under this director is equivalent to working 100 movies. Well, that is humorous to you, but it is not on the broad sense. The young man has taken pain, has taken trouble in doing his role. And whether it's a first movie or whether it's whatever movie, that is immaterial. He did what is really appropriate to the plot. Now, my main concern is people are taking a movie, investing so much money, right? So much money they are investing, and so much pain people undergo, the actors and the actresses, the support stars and the other crews and the entire team, so much pain. It's not easy to take a movie. And we have a certain set of people who are capitalizing like parasites on these movies, bad-mouthing these movies, getting 1 million views and leading a comfortable life, whereas the man who invested, the producer who invested in these movies, becomes a pauper and hangs himself, right? Because of people like this. Well, if you are going in search of looking for problems or issues or short circuits, you will definitely find them. We are not living in a perfect world, people. Am I right? Everybody have got flaws. Everybody have got issues. So when you're given a cup which has got water, which is filled half, you cannot say the cup is half empty. This is the view of a pessimist. This is what this man is doing. Any movie you give it to him, he will rip it out. He will start by saying, if the actor is a little bit old, he will say, this man is an old guy. Excuse me, why not you try acting? Try doing the jumps that this guy, so-called old guy, whom you call, is doing. Try doing it. So, why am I making this reaction video? My intention is actually in the very first place, I don't want to get into making reaction videos for movies. That's not my intention. But when I see people like this are bad-mouthing movies which are coming out, irrespective whether the movie is good or bad, every movie will have an element, will have a plot. Definitely, people who are going there will definitely learn something from these movies, will benefit. It may not be 100% of benefit, but of course, definitely they will benefit to some level. At least they are able to sit there for 2 hours. Even if they want to chit chat or think or do something else, they have that time. 2 hours in a theatre or 2.5 hours in a theatre, with the movie going on. You follow me? So, outrightly coming and talking, the plot is too weak, the translation is too feeble. So, the original version was wonderful, the Tamil version is all dumb. What is this? It's not right, it's not warranted. So, why am I posting this? My intention is to tell the people, at least people who can understand the language of English, that if you want to see a movie, don't view these reviews, right? Because when did you have reviews? Only when internet came, right? Now these reviewers, they are seeing the movie from their perspective. So their intelligence need not be your intelligence. So their assumptions and their presumptions need not strike harmony with yours. Your thought process is different. Your actions and your reactions are different. So do not assume that whatever review these people are giving is written in stone, right? It's a gold standard. No, they are viewing the movie from their perspective, right? With whatever adulterated knowledge that they have got, because their objective is not to present reviews at all. Remember, in those days, long time ago, maybe 30 years ago or 25 years ago, the Indian Express newspaper used to place movie reviews. They call it a synopsis, something like that. They give an overview of the plot. They will never go inside, but they don't have a habit of bad-mouthing anybody. One time, Mr. Kamal Hassan was asked this question about the Nayagan remake. I think the Nayagan remake was done by Vinod Khanna. So he was asked this question, sir, where exactly this Hindi version got or lost its grip? Where did it slip? Mr. Kamal Hassan was very polite. He kept quiet for a minute. And then he said, I think they missed the central point. Something like that he said. That too not when the movie was released. You have to understand. After the movie's release, after the movie ran, when the movie was shelved, after a considerable number of months, that time, you know why? See, taking a movie is not easy. Many lives are depending on these movies. You have to understand. Because in India, in specifically the Bollywood and all the southern languages, South Indian, movie is considered to be the representation of individual's life. So if a movie flops, it's a big thing for everybody. So why are these critics and reviewers are bad-mouthing? So this reaction is meant to bring about an understanding to the general public that don't watch reviews before you go for a movie. You lose the spice. You lose that excitement. That excitement is necessary so that your brain secretes dopamine, which means you will be young, youthful, energy filled. So these are all the requirements. So that is the reason I want to bring about this reaction to you all, and enjoy your evening.